Point of no return, point of no return. Welcome back, man. We know too much. We done seen too much. We done been through too much. We are experiencing way too much. God done revealed himself to us over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim, SLIMM, simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's never promised. So all you have is right now, this moment, and I hope you fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with another quick word. Today's topic is why can't good women find good men? It's a good one. Topics brought by y'all, so I'm running through this flow that one of y'all gave me. So I want to just keep doing the same thing. If y'all send me topics, man, I pray about it and I allow God to give me time to give me the thoughts and the words to speak on these issues. But today's topic, why can't good women find good men? First of all, you got to go through your cycles before you're ready for that one. You have to go through periods and phases when you're growing and maturing as a woman. And you have to learn what is a good man, what isn't a good man. And you learn that a lot of times through experiences, and it's usually through bad experiences because you're thinking one thing going in this relationship and situation. And then when you get in this situation, this man usually turns to something else, or he ends up not being the man that you expected him to be. And it disappoints you. And then over time, when a woman get disappointed, guess what? They're going to start beating a man to the punch or believe two can play that game. So you've been through these relationships that didn't really mean you know well, but you got valuable lessons out of it. You may have even gotten a child, or children out of it. So those are the reasons for those relationships, for those lessons, for those children to grow you, to get you ready for your one. So after you go through those phases, you get tired of being single, or you get tired of, sleeping around if that's what people do, because you want to be fulfilled physically. You want to be satisfied in that way. I don't know nobody that don't want to be pleased or give somebody else pleasure, you know what I'm saying? If you like that, I can't comprehend. But you was trying to, I guess, base love on how somebody made you feel physically, and that's what was getting you messed up in the head, because a person can make you feel good physically, but they might not be the person that's good for your heart, that's good for your life, that's good for your spirit, that's good for your mind. So once you start realizing it's just more to it than just being gratified physically, then it starts to make you build your man in your head. And what happens is you build this unrealistic man, this perfect man that you see in your head, because you don't want to be hurt no more. You don't want to be disappointed no more. You don't want to be let down no more. You don't want to be cheated on no more. Some people that been married or been in serious relationships, and then they done been with men who done had side kids and all type of things going on. So it's like you don't want to be in those situations no more. So inside your head, you built this man that doesn't exist, because no man is perfect but God, but Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? But with doing that, you create standards for yourself. You create these things that are non-negotiable, and you start to kind of see how you want to be treated, and then you start to move more cautiously, and then your heart is still open, but you're not as willing as you used to be. You kind of hardened, you kind of got your walls up, you kind of guarded, and you'll give somebody, you know what I'm saying, if you feel them on that vibe, you'll give them some attention, you'll give them some time, but you're not giving your all, you're not giving your heart, you're not giving that deeper part of you. And then what happens is you go through something crazy, something big. Remember, you fall back in love again, you think it's the one, and then that situation go wrong, and then it puts you in a place to where you just want to give up on love completely. And then you turn back into your younger self, and you trying to be out there and again trying to play that game. And then you realize that's not getting you nowhere. You getting older, you know what I'm saying? Your kids getting older. You don't want to be bringing all these strange men around your children, or when these dudes come around, you don't want your children just being I call them bedroom babies, you know what I'm saying? Any real man know what I'm talking about. You don't see these kids, but you hear their voice, and you see their mama go up in there and bring them food and everything, but you over there doing what you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of situations that they create, and then they try to pretend like they not hurt, or they can take it, or they not bothered when they don't get 100% of that full attention when they feel that they need it. And then it gives them a reality check. You are the side chick, you ain't the, you know what I'm saying? And when you go through that, it just makes you for real, give up again. And then you like, man, dang, boy, ain't no good man out here. And then you realize I need to work on myself, right? A good woman does that. She'll be like, okay, I need to stop looking for happiness in a man and happiness in a significant other. And I need to figure out what makes me happy by myself. So when I do find somebody else, I can add to them and not take away. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a woman does. She go on her quest to find who she is. And during this process, you grow tremendously. You grow your independence. You grow strong. You figure out that you can maintain a household by yourself. You can raise kids by yourself. Sometimes you got to be the mommy and the daddy. You got to be the provider, the protector, the enforcer, the teacher. You got to do everything. You got to be at games. You got to be at practice. You know what I'm saying? You just really turn into Superwoman. And that's a good thing. But sometimes that make you forget about the importance of a role of a man. And then you can get into this point to where you don't need no man. You feel me? You just use a man when it's convenient for you. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you the reality of how this life goes and how love or not having love can affect someone moving forward and how they treat themselves and others. You know what I'm saying? And when you in that phase, when a woman knows who she is, ain't nothing you can tell her, ain't nothing you can make her do. She's going to do and say what she want to do. You know what I mean? And this woman usually has a team that's satisfying her. She may not be intimate with them all, but she got a support system of men that she's using to take the place of this one man, remember, that she created in her head. You feel me? All these different men got the qualities of that one man that she created in her head. So meanwhile, she's still looking for this man. And then boom, guess what? She found him on accident because he was right there under her nose the whole time. It could have been somebody that you've been working with, going to church with, and the community with, that you didn't seen at the store several times, you know what I'm saying? Or that you just seen at the bar that you frequent. Like, and it's not like these places are all negative places. No, bro, it's the person. You take it by person, case by case, situation by situation, because a good person can be anywhere. You know what I mean? So if you just happen to vibe and pick up on this good energy from this person, and then it come easy, it click, right? Click real fast, real easy, and then guess what? Y'all hit it off real soon. And usually it goes good, and then guess what? Both of y'all end up becoming scared, but none of y'all is in a position to verbalize or articulate the way y'all feel. Y'all both want each other. Y'all both feel like y'all love each other. Y'all both want more from each other, but y'all can't find it in yourselves to get to that place of vulnerability, to really open up and be, you know what I'm saying? Be truly soft again, because you think about all your past relationships and how they started off good, and then when people got what they wanted, they switched up on you, they act different on you. You know what I'm saying? So now you trying not to allow this to happen again, and through this time it's a lot of miscommunication. It's a lot of things that should be said that's not said. It's a lot of things that should be done that's not done. It's a lot of things that stop, and it should be limits and boundaries, because at this point you falling for this person and that person falling for y'all, but y'all scared to say it. So y'all still might have some things going on the side, and then when that come out, it's gonna push a rift between y'all. But guess what? God just had unfinished business. So y'all might go y'all separate ways temporarily, but it's just to grow. It's just to continue to mature you again. And guess what? You remember how that person made you feel, and then you remember all those times when you thought those other men was real, and you like, nah, I know what the real feel like, and then you want that person. So you get to think about that person. Remember, a woman pride, bro, they got a lot of pride, bro, and they are slow to admit they wrong. They slow to, you know what I'm saying? If they like you, but if it break off the bad way, they not finna tell you that they still feeling you. They gonna play like they don't got no feelings for you at all. They even be extra mean to you, you feel me? Just to protect it and guard their feelings, you feel me? So they, meanwhile, they think about this person, and meanwhile, that person think about them. So in my case, me and my wife, we had this exact situation. So what I did was, I ain't know. She was praying for the right man to come into our life. She had a son. She went with the father, things that went wrong with him. You know what I mean? So now she's starting over, trying to figure it out. But not wanting to be alone, wanting the companion, wanting a friend, but the right friend, the right companion, the right partner. Here I am, same thing. Doing this split, I had a son, little son. I'm with his mama, but I'm in a relationship and don't want to be in a relationship. The relationship was so bad, bro. I'd be laying in the bed, and when she's gonna touch me, I'd just be crying, because I knew that she wasn't the one that God had for me. But I've been in these situations before, getting in these relationships, and then a kid come from this relationship, and then the relationship don't work, and then the father leaves trying to do better and trying to do good, still being active in the child's life. But because the man don't want to be with the woman villainizes the father and try to make it seem like just because the man didn't want you, he didn't want the kids, and that's not the case. So I was in a cycle of that, you feel me? But I knew I wasn't happy, so I prayed. And God showed me in my dream for about 2 weeks, my wife, her face. And I had my phone and I had all her numbers too. She's over the years, you feel me? We just stayed in touch. That's just real spill. I ain't even gonna hold you. We've been knowing each other for a long time. And before anybody knew anything, we already was, you feel me? We just kept it on the low. We was protecting each other, you feel me? And one day I was just tired of feeling the way I felt, y'all. And I picked up the phone, and the first number I called from her, she picked up the phone, and I just asked her hi, and I asked her, can I see you? And we've been together ever since, and it was just the right time. But if I wouldn't have never had that faith to call her, or if she would have never been praying and been open to receive me again or who I was, then we wouldn't have never had each other. And once we got with each other, everything started making sense. Because what she lacked, I had, and what I lacked, she had, and we really completed each other. And we went through a lot. We went through the hurricane in 2020 where we lost everything. Our house, we had to relocate. We stayed in a shelter. We stayed in our church for 6 months before we found an apartment. So we've been in a different city ever since. Work was hard, everything, bro. We had to depend on each other, and we had to depend on the community, and definitely depend on God. But during that process, bro, like I was already proposed to. I ain't had no good job, no nothing like that. But the little bit of money I had, man, I went and bought that ring for real, because I knew that she was the one for me. So I wanted to make sure that she understood that, because I did not want to lose her again and take a chance on missing out on her. So I went and bought my ring, proposed to her. The hurricane hit, so we couldn't get married in 2020, but we got married in 2021. And then we had our baby. We got married in January 14, 2021. We had our baby September 19, 2021. So everything fell in line. And then I knew it was right. She knew it was right, because the people around us approved of us. And then her auntie said this was prophecy, us getting together. We about to do great things. And you know what I'm saying? Understand that you're going to be attacked. So when you become a good woman yourself, and when you become bigger and bolder in your faith, and when you walk with God, and you develop who you are and your standards and what you want and need and expect out of man, then God listens to you, and then he's going to prove what he knows is good for you. And then he's going to tell you like, nah, you don't need all this. And then when he show you your man, accept that as your man. You feel me? A lot of women, they so used to doing things on their own that they don't know how to let a man be a man. Because when you got a good man, when you got a real man, he's going to challenge you to be a woman and stay a woman. So you can't get upset about how you used to do and what you used to be. And I'm so used to doing everything by myself. Nah, all that got to go out the window, because once you get a man, and a good man, and he's trying to take care of you, you got to allow him to be a man, allow him to be free and do for you, because that's what's going to bring harmony and balance to your relationship. A good woman also needs to learn how to submit. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with submitting. You just got to learn how to submit to the right person. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to find it in yourself to be like, okay, the head is God of your household. Then it's the man, then it's the woman, then it's everybody else. That is the order. I didn't make it that way. That's what the word say. That's what God say. So once a woman see this order, and she accepts this order, and she respects this order, she frees a man, and that man could be the ultimate man for her. And it's nothing that he's not gonna do for her. It's nothing that he won't go through or endure to make sure that she's okay and the kids is okay. And a good woman, listen, a good woman is respectful. A good woman is open, and they not gonna judge. Like, a man needs to be able to show his full range of emotions, not just his tough exterior. No, he needs to be able to cry. He needs to be able to be silly. He needs to be able to have his little ticks and his little ways and not be judged. He needs to be able to dance. He needs to be able to, if he is mad, to be able to express his anger and talk it out. If he do got a problem with you, he needs to be able to talk to you and be able to call you out on your things, because a woman sometimes feel like they always right. Even when they wrong, they know they can get away with that behavior, because a man at all times is going to try to find that common ground in order to not fight, to not argue. A woman wants to win the fight, wants to win the argue, so they're going to do whatever they can, you feel me, to make sure that they show that superiority. But when you get with a good man in a good relationship and it's God ordained, you gonna see ain't no place better than being in your man's arms. So a good woman understands that, and she adores a man. She treats a man like a king. She calls him daddy, king, bae. All these names, they mean something, because when a man hear his woman call him these things, it melts his heart, and it also increases him as a person. So it makes him feel like I could go out here and take on this world and get through anything just to make it back home to you. A good woman will increase a man in faith. She gonna pray for him. She gonna go to God behind him. She gonna go to church, and even if he ain't at church, she gonna make sure that her man is on her mind. So when you start doing these things, you know you gonna get a good man, and when you know you got a good man, you know you gonna keep him, because this is what you doing. This is what you're practicing. This is what you waking up every day to do, is to please that man and allow that man to please you. And then you just got to be willing to give your all, just like that man is willing to give his all. But I'm telling y'all, that friendship, that communication, and that trust, that will get you through anything. And once you find your man, once you find your one, you keep him and you protect them. And you can't think that what you done yesterday is gonna count for today and tomorrow. No, you got to get up every day with that same fire, with that same love, with that same desire, ready to give it to him all over again. And then you really got to understand your man's needs and wants and meet him, because he's gonna meet yours. You feel me? So you just always want to be on the same page. You just always want to be respectful. Trust me, bro, and you gonna see the benefits of that good man, and you gonna see all your girlfriends at night, they ain't got nobody to lay down next to. They ain't got nobody getting their son up to use the restroom during the night. They ain't got nobody walking their daughter to the school bus in the morning. They ain't got nobody that could drive them when they traveling and getting on the road. They ain't got nobody that could sponsor them this trip or make sure they good. You feel me? So don't listen to these jokers that's single or that's bitter or that's bad or that's angry because they didn't lost their chance of love and they didn't do what they supposed to do to keep their good man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens a lot of times. These women have good man, but they don't do what they need to do in order to keep them. And when they lose them, they get mad at the world, and then they want every woman to down a man, to talk crazy about their baby daddy, to treat men like crap. You can't be like that. When you know you got a good man, you got to show him that and remind him that verbally. We want to hear it. We don't want to just see it. And that's how a lot of women, they love languages. I'm going to just do for you. I'm going to just show you. Because for them, they pride, it will keep their tongue stuck in their mouth. So you got to break down that wall just by being sweet, being soft, being kind, and being consistent. Eventually, they're going to let that wall down. And when it happens, then you tell them, I want you to verbalize. So when you feel like you loving me, or I look good, or I look fine, or, you know, wherever I smell, you need to tell me. Don't just show me, tell me. You know what I mean? And it just reinforces y'all love, and y'all stay young forever, no matter how old y'all get, because of the love y'all share. It's that young puppy love, and it lasts for eternity forever. So in order to get your good man, you got to be a good woman. Simply stated, you got to be a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way you can grow as a person, and that's the only way you can help somebody else grow. We not in this life by ourselves, you know. So God want to make sure that you don't only feel good and do good and be good in life, but the person that you with, you can help them feel good, be good, and do good in life as well. So it just all comes with just understanding who you yoke to, and it all starts with asking God who's for you. And once he show you, you know what I'm saying, just enjoy that journey. But this is, again, why good women can't find good men, but it ain't like that. Y'all just looking in the wrong places. Till next time, Slim.